Hello and welcome to 90's Mags, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supporting buddies, myself, D-Man, and all the way from Las Vegas, Jefferson. For as long as you got him, how you doing, my friend?
What's happening, brother? Good to be on board, man.
Yeah.
It's like 1 o'clock out here.
First of all, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
I won't say your age, but happy birthday.
21 again. Come on now.
That's it. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a few guests on the show. We've got Cav from the Red Pitch Podcast, our Arsenal supporting friend, and we've got Scance, also from the Red Pitch Podcast. How you doing, my friends? You good?
Yep, 3 points collectors.
I didn't ask you about your points, bro. I said, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah. Cav, you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Happy birthday to the big man.
Yeah, big up Jefferson, man.
Thank you, brother. Big up, fellas. Thank you.
And we've got another Newcastle United supporting buddy, Justin. Yeah, how you doing, my friend? Can't hear you, mate. I think he's got... Yeah, 1 second. Okay, cool. He's going to come back again. Right. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I see we've got a few people in the building. Mighty Mag in the building. Like he says, smash the hell out of the likes. Much appreciated. We got PDK. Big up PDK.
Big up PDK.
Irish Assassin as well in the building. But yeah, keep the comments coming. We're going to talk mainly Newcastle as usual. Big up Kante in the building as well. And Stephen Field, good Harvard. I wonder why I speak in German, but we'll get to that. But yeah, listen, we're going to talk about the Newcastle game. We're going to touch on obviously Arsenal and Liverpool, but the Champions League is upon us as well. So we're going to talk about the Champions League as well. But the Champions League is upon us as well. So we're going to talk right, who's echoing? I can hear echo. Or is that me? I don't know. But listen, let's get into it. Newcastle obviously got the win, the much needed win, the first win of the season against Wolves. It finished Newcastle 1, Wolves 0. I don't know how much of you lot saw the game, should I say? But we know who scored the winner. A certain Nick Voltemada. Justin's having issues there.
So you mean Volta Messi, bruv?
Volta Messi. Did you not see the admin, the big Nick energy from the admin on the socials? Yeah, I thought that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But listen, it's 3 points in the bag. It was more about the points than the performance. Jefferson, I'm not sure how much you saw of it, but you saw the lineup. Any surprise in the lineup from what you saw?
It was quite funny because I was like asleep pretty much in the first 30 minutes. And then I got up and I was like, oh, the game. And I looked and I saw that I just missed the first goal and I caught up on the highlights, but I watched it after. And first of all, it's a heck of a finish, man. That header, just seeing him leap up. And it's quite interesting because obviously we know we signed him for his technical ability. But we talked about this before, D-Man, in previous games that we've been whipping the ball in the box. Particularly Gordon was struggling with those headed chances. And all of a sudden we whip it in the box and we score a header. So it's kind of simple mathematics in that way. But it was still great to see it on show that we actually have a recognised forward in the lineup and scoring with a header like that. And Murph, from that right-hand channel, we saw it to great effect with Alexander Isak last season. So could they spark a connection there? Let's wait and see. But it was wonderful to see. Great goal. I saw that Murphy was a threat. There was some good link up with Barnes in the second half. And I think basically what we've telegraphed in terms of Voltemada dropping deep into space and laying people off could be something to watch out for. It seemed like that was clicking a little bit, and we had a nice bit of link-up play, playing a nice little bit of better football in the final third. But obviously they were, cut and paste highlights, so you don't do justice to the game, those that watch the full 90 minutes. But I was impressed by what I saw. Obviously, Wolves looked like they had a few chances, which was a bit scary. But the main thing is, listen, we got gritty and we got the 3 points. So look, let's keep it pushing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, in terms of the lineup itself, I don't think there were too many surprises that Voltemada got his debut, given the fact that we knew Rissa was going to be missing. We've seen Osula; he's not the answer. He's not ready yet. So, and Gordon suspended. So to me, it was obvious that Voldemar would come in. I was interested to see who would start on the wing. Whether it was going to be Murphy or Alanga. Obviously, I thought Barnes would start on the left hand side. And also at fullback as well, because we've got the Champions League coming up. I thought maybe they'd give Trippier a rest and put Tino right back and see Lewis Hall. But obviously, maybe Hall's not ready yet physically. And maybe just wanted to go with experience, because I think this is the back line that's going to be against Barcelona. But listen, like you said, we got the job done, which we'll get into. You touched on Voltemadi's his overall play in that. We'll get to it. But just quickly, Cav and Scans. I know you obviously from the outside looking in. Were you surprised to see Voltemada get thrown in straight away, or was it something you were expecting? I'll start with you, Cav.
Was I surprised? Nah, I don't think so. I think he played both games for Germany in the qualifiers. Didn't look too bad. And obviously with Vissa now potentially out for 4 or 5 weeks. Gordon suspended. I didn't think you had anyone else. I mean, Osala. But I knew he would start. You bought him in. You paid big money for him. He's the new. Well, I don't want to say his name because I know you Newcastle.
Yeah, we're not going to mention that guy's name. We're going to try not to mention him for now.
But yeah, man, this guy, like, I watched a bit of him in the under 21s. Out and out striker. I don't really see him playing that position, so I don't know when Vissa comes back. He might kind of play off Vissa, but he still took the goal well, and yeah, he looked alright.
Scans. I've got a comment from PDK. He said, "Can Trips, Share, and Burn play on Thursday after starting on Saturday?" Yeah. Now, were you surprised to see him play that back line, and do you think they can play the 2 games back to back?
Again, this is my motto about playing every 3 days for the Newcastle squad. It was shocking, the lineup, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't think some of your players can play every 3 days. It sort of showed when you played Leeds after the Liverpool game. You saw the lack of energy it seemed for the team. Was that a lack of energy, or was that the game situation? They got themselves up for that massive game against Liverpool, and then Leeds, they couldn't really get that energy up again. So I think they will be able to get through that game, because it's a massive game at home, first Champions League game for a year against Barcelona. I think they should be good for it. It's the game afterwards where you should be worried. I think with the players, when you're playing Bournemouth away at 2:00 on a Sunday after playing on Thursday, and you see how Bournemouth are playing this season, that's when you got to see if Howe's going to make the changes. So I think didn't we need to make the changes this week, because obviously Trippier is not. Is he retired from international duty now?
Who?
Yeah,
Trippier.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be all right, because obviously you've got you got a 4-day break until Thursday. It's the turnaround between Thursday and Sunday. That's where Eddie Howe's got to use his squad correctly.
He's got to trust the squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up American Geordie. Said, "We needed that win. Haven't won a game yet. We would have been in crisis if we lost or drew to Wolves. It was a must win." And I agree, it was a must win. And I was saying that our season started from yesterday. We have been playing well up until then, and we haven't got the points to show for it. So listen, we needed to get that. Big up Kim coming in the building as well.
Big up. By the way, American Geordie, is that Ben? If it's Ben, yeah, let us know.
Hold tight, Ben, if that's you. But yeah, listen, to the game itself, obviously, after 1 minute, a certain Nick Pope had to make 2 very good saves, which is it's quite concerning, the fact that Wolves on kickoff, they should have scored after like 10 seconds. Yeah. But Pope pulled out a good shot, a good save, and then he's gone for a corner, and then he had to make another one. But I felt after that we grew into the game. Murphy had 1 or 2 opportunities. And then the goal, pretty much the goal comes after 30 minutes. Now, Cav, what was your thoughts on the goal itself? Is that something that a certain previous striker would be unable to put that away? Would he be in that position to put that away?
we still not mentioning his name, no?
No, we're not saying his name. We're not saying his name. Yeah, we move past that.
Well, you kind of look at the goal against us last season at thing. So
you say, okay,
that might answer your question. You know what I mean?
okay. What about you, Scats? Are you agreeing with that? You reckon that guy would have put that away? Would he be in that position to put that away? Would the defender on him?
I believe so. I don't think you'd be asking that question if that person was still at your club. So let's just say that.
Well, let me put it to the chat.
You would expect him to put that away, and I believe he would put that away.
Okay. What about the cross from Murphy? How good was that one?
It's a brilliant cross. It's from the person. It's a person that you've a lot of your fan base have decided to disrespect and say he needed to be replaced after a brilliant season last season.
I wouldn't call it disrespect, right?
I would.
I think
was it 19 GA last season?
Yeah,
then a brand new shiny Toro in Elanga came in. I've heard a few Newcastle fans getting a bit iffy with Elanga after these 3 games. So
listen, he just needed a bit of competition. That's all we said. That position needed, strengthening, shall we say?
I hear the competition, but then he should be playing until he doesn't play well. That's just my belief personally.
Okay. Big up Specs in the building, Geordie.
Big up.
I'm currently watching your Thursday opponents, and boy, that's good, man.
What's the score? Because it was 1-0.
Cav trying to put heat on us like that, yeah? Cool.
3-0, man. Rashford just assisted for Rafinha as well. Ferran Torres 2 goals. They're looking good, man. Lewandowski on the bench.
We got nothing to fear, man. They're coming to St. James to a proper ground, bro. Don't worry about it. We're going to touch on that. American Geordie, like you said, squad growth, not disrespect. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because you yourself, Scan, said we didn't have the squad to do a Wednesday weekend football. We need numbers in the building, innit? And that's what Elanga brings us.
I hear that, but like I said, Murphy should be starting. For me, that's just me. 19 GA, man deserves his respect and starting the game.
Yeah, Tony T agrees. He said
21, bruh.
Is it 21? There you go. This is what I'm saying.
21.
I thought it was 19 GA. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not doubting that you need a squad, but it was his shirt to lose, and he lost it without getting on the pitch. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Giniesta, we got Giniesta said Murphy put in great numbers, but he's the most Jekyll and Hyde player you'll ever see. Interesting. Well, before we talk about Waldemar, let's talk more about Murphy's performance, because for me, he played very well. And what I liked about it is that he wasn't just hugging the touchline like he normally does. He was coming inside, he was dropping into spaces, link up play and stuff like that. And I think that's a lot to do with the new striker that we have. But do we think it's sustainable? Do you think it's his position to lose at this current time? Or do you think it's just a matter of time before Elanga comes in and rotates with him? Jefferson.
By the way, Bruno christened him Murphinho. So I don't know. Maybe he's eligible for call up by Ancelotti. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, look, he looked threatening. We know what his strengths are. He can whip a ball in. He can get past a man, and he's got a shot on him. Obviously, they're not always accurate, but he did pop inside for a left-footed shot. And I think in the boring game against Leeds, he had our 2 shots on target. So he's warming up nicely. And we know Murphy needs consistency. So at this point, if he's continuing to deliver, very simply, he has to play. I think the thing about Elanga is he's very much like Gordon, a speed merchant. So we can utilize them if we're planning to soak up pressure, play on the break. If it's a game where we're not going to have a lot of the ball. I think if we're going to be pressing forward, Murphy's your man because he can deliver for the striker. As Scant was talking about earlier, he can deliver, provide assists, So I think he's been a threat. And as long as he's fit and he's consistent, he should currently be starting. It should be his place to lose, essentially. But yeah.
Okay. Not to mention, he did have that the goal disallowed yesterday. Barnes, he veered offside and that. But I don't know if you lot saw the chance that he had close range when the keeper saved it. I don't know if you lot saw it from Tino's throw-in. I don't know if anybody saw it. I was going to ask.
Oh, when it bobbled from the throw-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to know if you think he should have put that away, or was that good goalkeeping?
It's a very congested area. So there's a lot of bodies in the way. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's falling to him. I think Joe Linton nodded it on, and he's there, literally 2 yards out. Maybe it's too close to the keeper. I don't know, but some would say he's unlucky. Some would say he should have done better. I'm not so sure, but
I think that's more to do with Joe Linton's touch. I don't think he thought Joe Linton had that header it in, and I thought it sort of put him off. So like when you're not expecting it and you're like sort of like a snapshot, you're like, oh shit, the ball's dropped to me.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more of that than him definitely should have scored, because realistically, I think Joe Linton should have scored.
That's
when it first came across.
Yeah, and you know what? Even Voltemada's goal, Joe Linton's at the back post behind him, and had that fallen to him, he's not putting that away, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's
he can't head for shit, bro.
You're looking, cause if you're thinking about it, you're looking at your colleague in front of you, and you're like, right, he's got that, and then all of a sudden he misses it. If you look at it properly, he mistimed the header completely.
Yeah.
And it's just dropped to him, and he's like, oh shit, I've just got to swing a foot at it.
I see a question from Connor about Tonali. We're going to get to Tonali a bit later. But first, let's talk about Voldemada as a whole, right? Jefferson, you talked about his performance, yeah? I don't know what you guys think, Cav. What did you make of his performance yesterday?
I think it was a decent performance. Scored a good goal. Apart from the goal, I just think I didn't see anything kind of outstanding as yet. Obviously, he's just still settling, but he done the job, man. He done the job. He had some nice touches. I still not sure. I know there's a lot of fans yesterday saying he could get high numbers. I don't know if I see him getting 20 plus this season. I still think Visser comes in and scores more than him for you guys. But yeah, I think he done well. I'd like to see when Visser comes. I want to see if they're gonna play both together, or are they gonna just rotate?
I think that's the beauty of it. I think he can play the sole striker. He can link up with Visser. Kim Pam says like Murph will score more goals this season because of Voldemada, and that's true. I think that's the beauty of it. I think he will bring the best out of the Langers, the Murphys, the Barnes, the Gordons because of his link-up play, and the fact that he's good with it, he can drop deep as well, and he can play that number 10 role as well. I think that's going to be very key, pivotal for us. But in terms of his overall performance, I thought as far as debuts goes, I thought he was very good. Listen, the most important thing is that he got the goal, because we talked about the pressure that he's going to be under. We didn't want to be under too much pressure because he's just coming into the league, but he's been thrown in because of the Visser injury, and the fact that he's got his goal will boost his confidence no end. Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't just the goal itself. His link up play, he was dropping deep. You know what I mean? He allowed. If you notice the movement of the Bruno to Tonali's, even Murphy around him because of his link up. That's what I expect more goals from the Tonali, the Brunos this season because of the way he plays. He could drop into the spaces. He dropped left, drop right, and he was tracking back as well. He did his defensive part as well. I don't know if you saw when he bodied the man off into the sideline, whatever, and carried on the play. The pass to Barnes when Barnes was just offside when he scooped it over.
That was majestic.
He was everywhere. Don't get me wrong. He played 65 minutes, which I think was expected because he cramped up in that. But listen, I think as far as debuts goes, we talked about Isaac's debut when he scored against Liverpool, and that I think this one was a better debut in terms of his overall all-round performance. So, yes, I don't think he's going to get the 20 goals in the league, but I don't think we're expecting that from him. 20 GA will be amazing, yeah? But I think in terms of goals, I wouldn't. If he gets double figures, I'd be very happy with that in the league. I'd be very happy with that. So, time will tell, man. Time will tell. Scans, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think he's more suited to accessing more players. So his movement, him dropping deep, will obviously help Murphy, Malanga, Gordon, Barnes in their goal scoring probably ability. Because I don't like I've said, I don't think he'll score as many as 20 league goals, and that's no disrespect to him. I think he's more of a false nine, like what we used to like play back in the day, obviously with Bobby Firmino and stuff like that. I think he's more of a false nine than an actual number 9.
Will he outscore Sesko?
Everyone will at this point.
Exactly, that's not going to be difficult. You get what I mean?
I think we can hear Justin. Can we hear you? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I think
Okay,
the world's worst DJ setup.
We've got in the building, bro. All right, so before your sounds drop, just in case, bro, give us your thoughts on Voldemort, bro. What's your thoughts on him?
I think being at the match yesterday, obviously I was sat in the gods, level 7 family stand X, Y, and Z. I think there was a huge sigh of relief when that header went in. In regards to the link-up play, obviously what you've covered, bringing in the Brunos, bringing in the Murphys, bringing in the Tonalis, X, Y, and Z. I think for me, the link-up play is going to be more important than just that out-and-out, number 9 that can score 20 goals, because he'll bring the rest of the team into play, whether it be Bruno, whether it be Tonali, whether it be Murph, X, Y, and Z. But as you've mentioned before, D-Man, when he scored that goal, there was almost a huge sigh of relief because, that's the first one off the back. He costs a lot of money, not to say that people that don't cost a lot of money in regards to, the importance of scoring your first goal is minimalized. But I think when you've got that huge price tag on you, getting that first goal was, it was imperative. It was pivotal. The link-up play was awesome yesterday. I think with Wolves as well, obviously it is Wolves, but we never, in the entirety that I've been to St. James's Park, had I'd say a good game against Wolves, if that makes sense. It's always a bit scrappy, a bit dirty, a bit X, Y, and Z. So for me, no, in regards to him, I think our future's bright, our future's different. The style of play is different with Waltmada up front now. When Wissa comes back, I think they both play. I think Waltmada will drop down to a 10 position, kind of like your Bergkamps, your Berbatovs, X, Y, and Z, and the link-up play will be there. So it'll be there for him to bring in other teammates rather than be our focal point, our sole focal point for scoring goals, as you guys have already kind of said.
That will be, listen, if we're going to do that, listen, there's going to have to be a lot of work on the training pitch, because Eddie Howe playing with a 10, boy, that'll be a sight for sore eyes. But
I can't see that happening, man.
That's what I'm saying.
No, not as in like, not in a disrespectful way. I think because your midfield is your strongest strength in your team.
Yeah.
So to go from traditional 4-3-3 to then drop him into the midfield, who's going to drop out between?
Do you know what he'll do? When they play together, he's going to put Visser on the left. He's going to put Visser on the left and Voldemort up front. That's when they play together. I think that's what he's going to do. But do you agree with this comment from Kim Cam that he's going to get more assist than Murphy this season?
Ooh, maybe, because it's from a central area. Although a lot of our play comes from the right hand side.
There's going to be a plan B this season. I think. In regards to, I mentioned the 10. I think you're right, D-Man, in regards to what we've done before, in regards to Isaac and Wilson. Obviously, he shall not be named on the left-hand side, and then obviously Callum Wilson played up front. I think for us to break down that low block, which teams are playing more and more against us now compared to before when we were a counter-attacking team, we'll need to switch it up. We'll need to have a plan B. And obviously, in regards to Eddie Howe, yes, our midfield's our strongest strength. But then when it's 0-0, maybe 1-0 down, 50, 60 minutes gone, we're going to have a plan B. And whether people are starting to say to me as well, what about 4-4-2? And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, that's now we're getting old school, but we're getting old school in regards to the long throws, in regards to Waltmada scoring headers like Alan Shearer. Are we going back to a time now, especially with Donnarumma playing for Man City, where that route one approach is going to come back in? Time will tell, but I think something's got to change if we're going to facilitate both strikers.
Yeah.
And we've spent a lot of money on those. It's in excess of well over £110 million.
So they have to get the game time, is what you're
They
saying.
have to get the game time because otherwise one's going to kick off or both's going to kick off.
It's a good problem for Eddie to have.
Absolutely.
Let's
But where's TL though, D-man? Like real quick, like
listen.
we played two lower what do you call them? Two lower half teams, yeah?
Yeah.
Leeds and Wolves. Where is TL, bruv? Don't get me wrong, I know Cher made a brilliant goal-saving tackle, but you can't stick to type. You can't have old man Trippier out there, man. Let's get the best ability players on the pitch, bruv.
I hear what you're saying.
Man.
I think the time, it's a long season, isn't it? It's a long season. And like you said, when the Champions League is in full swing, the certain players can't do the 2 games a week in it. So that's when you expect Eddie to change it up. Maybe against Bournemouth he might do as well. So before we go on, smash the lights, people. Keep the lights coming in.
Hit the lights.
Go on that.
D-man, I got to bounce, brother. I'm so sorry, man. I got to go because we got to head out.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to say to everyone, real quick, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, love and wishes, messages. Love going out to you all. Thanks for all your support. I'm going to be away for the Bournemouth game, but I'm hoping to jump in for a little bit for the Barca game. So come on, you Maggies.
Big up, man. Enjoy your holidays, man. Enjoy it.
Happy birthday
Bless
again.
up, guys. Respect, man. Peace.
Let's go to some of these comments. Irish Assassin, he said, hold on. Voldemort brings everyone into play. This is what he does. Go for it from everywhere. Big up Tony T as well. Big Nick will get 20 plus goal contributions, not 20 goals. Similar to what I said as well. But yeah, and as Connor said, big up Connor, Voldemort that only trained 3 days and scored on debut. Great performance. And that's what I'm saying. Listen, he scored in his debut. Certain strikers of other clubs, playing 4 or 5 games and still to hit the target, hit the goal nets. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Big ups Benjamin Šeško, do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Pressure. Remember Miggy. Listen, big up Miggy, but you know what? We're long past Miggy, man. Those days are done. Those days are gone. Kim Cam, the vault will link everything together at the front, focal point, a passer, and the scorer. Indeed. So, and big up Kante. I reckon he'll be a bit like Berbatov, not an amazing bagsman, but someone that will rack up easily 14 plus goals every season, also getting assists. And I think, listen, if he gets 14 goals and assists on top of that, happy days. It took Miggy almost 10 games to score his first goal. Listen, Miggy was a good servant for us. I think those know my feelings on Miggy, but listen, he's in the past now. Big up Michael. He said Eddie will turn Big Nick into a superstar, just like he did with that other lad we had.
He should not be mentioned, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does he get more GA than AI?
Boy.
No. What, this season? You talk about AI for the other team?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. I don't think so. That'd be a stretch. But we don't care, innit? We don't care. Pick up to him. But listen, we got a player to talk about. A certain Sandro Tonali. Yeah. There was a question from Connor actually. I think he asked, "Is Sandro Tonali better than?" I think he said Declan Rice. I don't know, but
nah, he didn't say that.
Listen,
I'm trying to find
on Sandro Tonali, I've said it before, yeah, and we've said it on 90's Mag before, right? This team will be eventually built around him. Yeah, he's that good. With the other guy gone, he's a certified best player. I know Bruno's a great player, he's a great captain, but in that role, he is that good. And I'm telling people, I would not swap him for Gravenberch. I wouldn't swap him for Caicedo. Yeah, he's on that level for me. His performance yesterday was top notch, and he keeps turning out these performances now. Yeah, he took a while to get up to speed. Obviously, he had the ban, whatever. He's come back. Eddie Howe took so long to put him into the team where it's obvious where he needed to play. When he did come in, he played him in the wrong position. But he frees up Bruno in the 8. You know what I mean? He ticks things over. You know, he eats up ground easily. He dictates. He's getting more vocal. I like that he's taking more shots on goal. He hit the post yesterday. Unlucky not to score. Justin, what's your thoughts on Tonali?
I think the quicker we get him tied down to a new contract, the better. long story short,
Contract don't mean nothing though.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Obviously, in regards to he shall not be named, it's quite a topic, isn't it? But the quicker we get him tied down to a new contract, the quicker we can build around him as such. Obviously, there was those links with Fratesi over the summer. I'm not sure how serious those links were, but we need to get somebody else on board with him to make him feel, even more welcomed. When he got married, in regards to the Instagram post, it was all black and white. If you watch the quick documentary about him, he seems to love Newcastle. At the end of the day, for me, he is the ticking factor of our team. He is the engine of our team. He can score goals, but he's not afraid to do the dirty work as well, as you've said before. For me, the crowd absolutely love him. Since he was banned, it's like he became, an absolute hero for Newcastle United, even though he didn't play for 10 months, and everybody's backing him, and it's fantastic to see. And that's what our fan base is all about. We're quite loyal to those who, will perform for us, will try their best. And for me personally, as I said, the quicker we tie him down, the better, because what we don't want is, we don't want sneaky bids to try and
from certain scousers and that. Yeah, there you go. But the thing with Tonali though, I did say, like, I think before the season ended, especially after I saw his the interview that we did with him, and he kept on stressing Champions League, right? If we didn't make the Champions League, I think we could have potentially had another, diet situation on our hands. Not so dramatic, but this guy's got aspirations to go to the top, right? Now, if we're not going to meet keep up with his aspirations, because he's got that tunnel vision, he wants to be playing for the best. He wants to be winning the trophy. So I think we can get, at best, we can get another season out of him before the vulture starts circling and that. But like you said, if we tie him down to a new contract, that will help. That will help the matter. But if he keeps performing at the level that he is, it's only a matter of time before all the big teams in Europe are going to come looking for him. But Cav,
you got to start breaking your wage structure, man.
We do. But this is why we've got this new CEO in, to start making things happen, commercial deals or whatever, to build up the revenue and that, and see what we can do. But would you take it for Arsenal as a starter?
Why, my DM just scored 2 bangers yesterday, so
that's not why I asked you, bro.
Not sure.
So what do you say? Tonali or Zubimendi?
Tonali or Zubimendi?
Be careful now.
I know, man. I gotta watch it. I'm on 90's mag, really. Nah, all in all, I do like what I see from Tonali. Tonali, yeah, definitely. I would have him in the team, 100%.
What about you, Scats?
Over Gravenberch, no.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, to be fair, you lot are champions, so I can understand that he was one of your best players last season. I do believe Tonali will outperform him this season, but time will tell.
Time will definitely tell, man. Don't get me wrong, Tonali's a quality player.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for Liverpool, no, I wouldn't take him.
Okay.
That's a saying goes, styles make fights.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
But let me add, Zubimendi's only kind of just come in. So ask me this question again in January.
Yeah.
And we'll see, yeah.
Okay. Well, they come up against each other. Is it September the 28th, I think it is? So we'll see in it. We'll see what happens then. Michael says Tonali is the best midfielder in the Premier League, hands down. Kim Can said Tonali is different level. Connor, Tonali can do it all. Giniesta, Premier League number 6 is Rodri's 1, Tonali 2, Caicedo 3, Gravenberch 4, and Zubimendi 5. That's not a bad order. Would anyone swap that?
Well, obviously, I'm going to have Gravenberch ahead of him.
Oh, man, say Caicedo. Okay, cool.
I'd have Gravenberch ahead of him. Personally.
Okay.
With me, Zubimendi's only these other guys they've got Premier experience. They've been in the league a few years. So Zubimendi's just come, so yeah, I'm happy to have him at bottom, but we'll see how he goes through the season.
Okay, like Irish Assassin said, there is no team in the Premier League that wouldn't want him. This is a concern. We need to get him tied down ASAP.
Another thing as well, to be fair, you can't really put Rodri up there because you're looking at past performances. He's been out for a year.
Yeah.
And if you're going by the season, how the season's gone, he's not looking looking the
No,
same Rodri. You get what I mean? So
Mm.
if you're talking about before the season, before like last season, say 2 seasons ago, you say yeah, definitely Rodri's number one. But on current form,
yeah, I agree with that. Connor said Tonali won't force a move after we stuck by him when he's got banned, and I think that's why he's here for this season alone, because you know what I mean. He does feel that he owes us probably. I do believe he will sign a new contract if we offer it the right terms. I think I think we've got 2 more seasons with him, 2 more seasons, and then we'll reassess it. The mighty win, big up mighty win. He said comparing Tonali and Rice is like comparing a fine Chianti with a pint of Riddles. Both absolutely superb, but only one clearly has more class. Interesting. To be fair, Declan Rice is playing very well at the moment, but he's not now in the 8 if I'm not mistaken. So it's Zubimendi who plays in that 6 right now. But on current market value, how much do you think Tonali's worth?
Well over 100. If you look at Caicedo's worth what 105, 110. You can put Tonali in that same bracket, if not more, in my personal opinion.
Okay, Scans.
yeah, it's the market's wild, isn't it? At the end of the day,
Absolutely.
it's not even like you look at it. DMs wasn't like the position a few years ago, was it? Where now it's the one of the main positions that you need. So yeah, you're looking at least what Casado went for, what 115.
Yeah.
So you're looking for a similar sort of price.
Okay.
Sounds mad as well.
Yeah, it does for a DM. It sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Okay. So let's talk about we spoke earlier about Vissa, yeah, because he's now been confirmed to be out for I think a minimum of minimum 5 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks now. How much of a blow is that to Newcastle going forward? Because obviously he's not going to be back until after the next international break. Justin, what's your thoughts on that one?
I think we just got to get by as best we can. I think if there's an injury to Alkmaar, then we can safely say that we're in a bit of a problem. Because as we've seen pre-season, I know people say, "Oh, it's only minutes in the tank X, Y, and Z." But when you're playing Anthony Gordon in the centre forward position, it's almost ineffective. I think we've just got to get by as best we can. If we try and play, I beg your pardon, Barnes in the left wing position, and you play Anthony Gordon up front, it's just not going to work. So we've just got to get by as much as we can. But with Wissa, when Wissa comes back, we'll be much stronger, if that makes sense.
I agree. I think I'm quite concerned because listen, the debut that Voldemort had, excellent, right? But he's still not used to the physicality of the Premier League. We've still got Bournemouth to play. We've still got Arsenal to play, among other teams. And obviously, we've got the Champions League to play in between that, which is the big game against Barcelona, which he will start. We don't want to run him into the ground, and we don't want to dent his confidence. So I believe this is the worrying. I say worrying because, like you said, the Gordon experiment is not working. Neither is Asula. And we know that Eddie Howe persists with this Gordon experiment. So I think we're going to see Gordon back in that striking role in a couple of those games. Now, can we get by? Listen, we've got 5 points on the board when we should have had a lot more, right?
Yeah.
So can we afford to be losing ground with a guy that's not going to... He hasn't scored, I think, since February, Gordon, or something like that, or whatever. So,
something like that, yeah.
So
wow.
But we don't want to overplay Voldemort at this present time. So I think it's quite a sticky one. It's quite concerning. I think the next couple games we could get away with it, but after that, that's when I'm going to start worrying and see what he has to offer. But the cup game, the Bradford game, Masudi can play that. That's fine. But the Arsenal game, Voldemort has to play. But after that, he might need a bit of a rest, man.
Is Gordon back for that game, the Arsenal game?
Yeah, he's back for the Arsenal game because he misses the Bournemouth game. That's the last game of his suspension, so he's back for that. But yeah, it's. What do you reckon, Cav? Do you reckon we should be concerned?
Yeah, I think so, man. Like you said, this Gordon thing up front hasn't really worked at all. And if you lot's playing one game a week, you could say, okay, yeah, you could probably cope just with Voldemort up front and Ursula coming on here and there. But with the mix of the Champions League in there and these 2 games a week, you don't want to put Voldemort under that much pressure and that much game time as well. You have to protect him. So yeah, definitely. I think it could be a struggle. You don't want to get another injury to one of them guys, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, and this is where Eddie Howe's gonna have to trust his squad, utilize the squad, and maybe switch up the tactics a little bit. But big up Geordie Revolution, new one to the channel. Hope you subscribe and that. Hope you're well as well. Connor raised a good point. He said Langer played up front with Gyökeres for Sweden and scored, so maybe that's another option. Langer up front, that could work. That's a good point actually. I saw a few comments about a certain Anthony Gordon. People are not really feeling him. Not really feeling, to say the least. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I just have to scored a profit £500 in its pocket. PDK Osula is shy. Listen, Osula, bless him. He's just not the answer, man. He's like he's here for the vibes, man. He's not really.
The thing is, in regards to that whole vibes comment, he's now said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be like a businessman. So as I was saying to people yesterday, as I was saying to people over the weekend, if you want to be a businessman, you've got to create business. And what that means is putting the ball in the back of the net. Obviously, he came on against Wolves yesterday, and bless him, the energy's there, but he's still very raw. But then when I watch him in the under-21s tournament, and he's bagging 3-4 goals. Obviously, Waltmada was the top goal scorer in that, but he's bagging 3 or 4 goals, and you're thinking, where is that for Newcastle United, if that makes sense? So for me, you play Waltmada 50, 60 minutes, and then Ozula has to come on for 30 minutes, but he has to do something. Because if he doesn't do something, then where are we going? Do you know what I mean?
Well, speaking of not putting the ball in the back of the net, right? I see this comment from Din yesterday. Said if Barnes doesn't score, then he offers nothing. So Gordon has to start for me. His pressing game is underrated. Given he was at the game, Justin, what's your thoughts on Harvey Barnes? Because he's getting a lot of stick.
He's getting a lot of stick, and if you watch Match of the Day, you can definitely say, oh, what's the purpose of Harvey Barnes? Obviously, since we signed him from Leicester for about £40 million, which back then wasn't really that cheap. It's not expensive compared to our current climate. But at the end of the day, for me personally, when Anthony Gordon got sent off against Brighton in the FA Cup, Harvey Barnes came into play, obviously won the League Cup final. He was part of that team. Yes, if he doesn't score, what else does he do? But if you look at yesterday, even the link-up play with Waltmada was there. So it's kind of like if you watch a game over 90 minutes and if you're physically there at the stadium, you can see signs. But I completely get why people say what they say about Harvey Barnes, if that makes sense. I know I haven't fully answered your question, but he is a 90-minute player, and there's always that danger that he'll cut in and score, just like the winner against West Ham, for example. So it's a tough one with Harvey, but I feel like he needs a run of games to show, his true worth, so to speak.
Okay, Cav, what's your thoughts on Barnes? Because you've got a player that splits fans' opinions in Martinelli. Yeah, do you see similar traits there or similar experiences there?
Yeah, I do. Barnes, he's so hit and miss. Barnes, certain times I watch Barnes play. I think it was it last season where he scored, is it 3 in a row?
Yeah, he was on form.
He was on that form. Yeah. He looked really good, and then since then, just haven't really seen it, man. I could tell he can frustrate Newcastle fans at times.
To be fair to him, his missus just gave birth on the 11th of September. So maybe, sleep deprived and that, maybe that affected the performances and stuff. But Scans, what's your thoughts on Barnes?
I think he's a quality player, but again, just like Cav said, he's sort of hit and miss. We sort of have the similar with Gakpo. The fan base is sort of split with Gakpo sometimes. He's when he hits form, he hits form. Like he'll be scoring, getting assists and stuff, but then there'll be games where he just like drifts out of games. You're like, what are you doing on the pitch, man? Like you need to offer something. So I think you just got to bear with him. You need them sort of players when they got on a purple patch. That's when you got to play them. When they're off form like this is when you got to bring him in and out of the squad. You get what I mean? Don't try and persist with them and try and get them out of that form. Yeah. That's the time to take them out of the team bring him back on the bench, and once they hit that purple patch again, bring him back into the squad and bring back into the first team.
It's going to be interesting with the game on Thursday. Obviously, Gordon's available for that one. Does he drop Harvey Barnes and bring Gordon straight in, and then maybe bring Barnes back in for the Bournemouth game, which I think he will do. But just yeah, go on.
I'll say before you continue, I'll tell you who's not hit and miss. Lewandowski. 6-0 now. Came off the bench, scored 2.
Bro, are you trying to put the frighteners on us, bro? Are you trying to put the frighteners on us, bro? We're not scared, bro. We ain't scared. Yeah. Let's see if you can do that against Fabian Schär and Dan Burn. Yeah. Because they listen. He ain't the most mobile, and them lot will feed on that, bro. They'll feast on that, so it's all good, bro. We ain't scared of Lewandowski, bro. Yamin Yamal is the threat, bro, and he ain't playing. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, he's taking painkillers as Yamin Yamal, so he's not starting on Thursday. He might be there in attendance, but he's not going to play. Let's face it.
6-0 is a madness still. They
That's
are warming
madness,
up.
fam.
It
Jesus,
is what it is. But listen, Cav, I know you can't stay for too long, but so I just want to ask you, because obviously we've got Arsenal coming up in a few weeks. I want to ask those in the chat as well. Keep smashing the likes, by the way. Are you to the chat? You've seen Arsenal play, yeah, over the last 4 games? Are you concerned about when they come to St James's Park, because they haven't got a great record of late? We tend to be quite against them, but this is the Arsenal team. They've got the tools now. They've spent big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cav, what's your thoughts on just quickly on the game yesterday and what you think? Do you fear coming to St James's Park?
Well, first on the game yesterday, I was happy with the performance. To be fair, and in all honesty, I don't even think we really hit full gears at all. I wasn't afraid of Forest at all, especially with Ange. Obviously, they had Marilla went off injured. Ola Aina wasn't there. They had a few other injuries as well. But I think to us, I just think we look like a different team this season. Obviously, against Liverpool, we went with like a different kind of strategy. And I don't think we went full out to win that game. But yesterday, we just looked so comfortable, man. Eze giving us a new dimension on that left-hand side, even though I would prefer him in the centre. Madueke as well, he's surprised me, his performances for England and again yesterday. Excellent. Mosquera obviously coming in for Saliba, looks like he's been at the club for years. Only 21 years old, and he looks brilliant as well. So I think coming to St James's this season, I think we're better equipped than definitely in the last 2 seasons. We've got our number 9 now. People are still saying Yoker is this, Yoker is that, but he scored 3 and 4. He's on target to hit that 20 mark, or 20 plus mark this season. Got a goal scorer. We've got creativity. Best defense in the league. So yeah, man, I'm not afraid, man. You ain't got that guy to bully us anymore.
Well, don't worry about that. Yeah. But do you think that you're gonna come to St James's to try and win the game, or do you think you're gonna try to frustrate us?
You see, I've got a feeling he might try and go with the same kind of tactic he did against Liverpool in terms of the midfield trio. But I hope not, man. I hope not.
Okay. I want to ask the chat as well. Yeah, because I know I've asked you this question before. Yeah, so those in the comments, let me know. Just say one word. Yeah, Newcastle or Liverpool or Arsenal. Who had the better midfield? Yeah, if you put Zubamendi, Rice, and Odegaard against Bruno, Tonali, and Joe Linton, who has the better midfield? Yeah, and Scant for you, who's got the better midfield? Newcastle and Arsenal.
See, me personally, because obviously I'm going by what I've seen, innit? And if you're going by what you're seeing, you got to say the Newcastle midfield. But that's no disrespect to Arsenal because, like Cav said, Zubamendi's just come, innit? So it's a bit of a difficult question to ask to say, yeah, yours is better because I've seen your midfield three more than I've seen Arsenal's. If you get what I mean. So At the moment, I would say your midfield because I've seen it for a season in the Premier League where it's what the fourth game of the season,
Yeah.
and you haven't really seen that through, have you? To be honest with you, have you? Because
Okay.
Odegaard's gone down twice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it's difficult. But for me, I think Zubimendi will struggle physically in certain games. I think if you looked at the Liverpool game, when they played us, Rice sort of dropped back into the deeper role rather than Zubimendi. Zubimendi played more forward. He didn't really play as a six in that game. So is that Arteta trying to protect him?
I think no. Do you know what that was? That was because Saliba went off injured early, and obviously he's thrown Mascara into a game like that. So Rice, I think Rice was more. He saw Rice's better protection because you see Rice was dropping into kind of centre back areas.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
that's the only thing I see with Zubimendi. I think he's brilliant on the ball. You saw his 2 goals yesterday, brilliant. But I think he still can get to him physically. That's the thing with me. Because if you look at the free kick that he conceded against Liverpool, I know it's like 30 yards out, but it was Jones like bursting off him, and he was like, he didn't know what to do. He just like grabbed him. So that's the only problem I see with him at the moment is can he deal with the physicality of the league? Champions League, he'll be quality in that slower pace, not so physical. I think in certain games he may struggle.
Okay.
I think Marino's got a lot better as well, man. In the last few months.
Justin, what's your thoughts? You're going to say Newcastle, surely?
I mean, at the end of the day, the answer to that's clearly yes. But the reason why I say it is because of Linton. It's Joe Linton, basically. There's no more physical midfielder in the whole of the Premiership. For me personally, obviously, when I coach, if I see somebody moving as physical as that, you can see sometimes in regards to players' faces that they're scared to play against this guy. And their performances show that as well. For me, in regards to, when there's slander against Joe Linton, it's like, hang on a minute. There's nobody else, I dare say, in Europe that's more physical than that, if that makes sense. So you can have the most technically gifted midfield in the world, but if somebody clatters you with a tackle 5 minutes in, and you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. And that's whatever level. That's at an elite level. That's at grassroots level, Sunday league, you name it. Somebody clatters you after 5-10 minutes. You don't want it in the game anymore. No matter how many hundreds of thousands of pounds you're getting paid. Do you know what I mean? So for me, that's the deal breaker. If Joe Linton weren't in our squad, then you can toss a coin. People are saying in the chat, there's 6 of one, half a dozen on the other. But for me, if I was against somebody like Joe Linton at whatever level, no, thank you. I don't want any part of it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Keep smashing the likes, people. Not sure I mean wrong, but yeah, keep going on that. Appreciate the comments as well. Listen, I don't really want to talk about the Liverpool game because that was a bore fest. But big up Salah for the penalty. They deserved to win at the end of the day because Burnley started busted it. But it is what it is. That's what champions do. But listen, Champions League is upon us right now. The big game is Newcastle v Barcelona. Yeah, the world will be watching. All right. Now, Cav, so thankfully you've been watching this Barcelona game and giving us the blow feedback on it. How much Barcelona running rampant, wherever it is, 6-0, I don't know what it is, Lewandowski scoring goals and that. But Justin, how much are you looking forward to it? Are you going? Yeah, and how do you think we're gonna do?
So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, when we face PSG, obviously we hadn't been in the Champions League for over 20 years, X, Y, and Z. And I went to that match and it was absolutely electric. Obviously, when we scored the first goal, if there was a roof on that stadium, it would have blown off. So I'm really looking forward to Thursday. Am I going? It's 50-50 at this moment in time. I'm waiting on a mate of a mate. Who needs to message me back for a ticket. I weren't successful in the general sale. How do you think we'll do? It depends. It's a cold, rainy night in Newcastle. This Spanish team flying in might not want it. It's the same as when Kylian Mbappe turned up. Everybody thought PSG were going to run us, to the absolute ground. and we done the absolute vice versa to them. So it depends what Barcelona turn up. It depends how we play to the occasion, and just as importantly, it depends on our fans as well in the stadium. Because when we faced PSG, our fans were bang on it. It was like, that proverbial 12th man, so to speak. But then when we went 1-0 down against Dortmund, I was there for that match too, and the stadium went absolutely flat. So at the end of the day, it all depends on an absolute myriad of things, so to speak. I don't know what the scoreline will be.
Okay. Like Jiniesta said, smash the like and subscribe button. We're 1 away from 400, so that'd be much appreciated if we can get over the 400 mark tonight. That'd be much appreciated, but I appreciate you all. Irish Assassin, is Tino Asprilla going to be at St. James's Park on Thursday? Listen, if he is,
Special guest.
That will set the roof off, mate. That will set the roof off.
Special guest.
That will be very fitting if he is. Listen, right about now, I'm not nervous. I've said all the time that I think we're going to win the game. Don't get me wrong. When kickoff is approaching, I think the nerves will start to kick in when I see the Barcelona lineup and that. But I think with the crowd behind us, and like I said, I think the crowd will be, obviously they're going to create a great atmosphere. War Flags will have something special, no doubt, planned. Listen, can Barcelona handle that cold, rainy night at St. James's Park under the lights? Time will tell it. They may come in like PSG and with this arrogance to think that they've got the start.
100%.
Like that. So we might just shock them. And you know what? There's Rafinha, there's Lewandowski. I get it, but the way our defense is playing at the moment, like we're not giving away too many gilt-edged chances. You know what I mean? I think they're up for it. I think the team probably had one eye on the game anyway when they played Wolves.
Yeah.
I think they're waiting for this. And the players like Bruno, Tonali, this is their stage, isn't it? This is their stage. They want to be on the biggest stage and they want to perform on the highest level, put their name in lights and stuff. So I think I'm going to give my prediction this year.
Though.
Huh?
This bar, I know he's talking about. I know Justin was talking about the PSG and everything about this Barca team here. Different, man.
They haven't started at they're not top of the league though, are they? Because Real Madrid are top of their league, so they've dropped points. I don't know. I might be wrong anyway. But listen, and they've been given a boost because there was talk about Hansi Flick being banned from the touchline, but now UEFA have accepted their appeal and he's going to be there on the touchline. So that's another a boost for them, whatever. But Scans, what's your thoughts on the game itself?
I think it's going to be a good game, man. Like I said, you lot seem to get out for the big, massive games. Like the players rise to the occasion, so you definitely be well up for the game. Have the energy, feed off the crowd. Can I say you lot definitely going to win? No, because of Barcelona's front line. But are Barcelona suspect at the back? Yes. So can you utilize the speed of Elanga, Gordon, to get in and behind their defence? Of course you can, but I can't sit here and say, yeah, you lot are definitely going to win. I know you're saying your defence are playing well, but your defence are playing well against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And let's be serious, like you said, in the first 10 seconds of the game, you could be 1-0 down. You give that chance to Barcelona, you're going to be 1-0 down.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And if you're looking at the last, I would say 10 minutes of the game on Saturday, you lot they could have equalised.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
your defense is strong, but you're coming up against this Barca attack. And remember, you're coming against Rashford as well. He's used to the Premier League, so it's not like you're going to St. James's Park. These Spanish players, he's used to the cold, dark, windy nights. You get what I mean? So it's going to be a good game. I would say if you got a point out of this game, it'd be a very good result. That's personally.
We just got to be clinical because then we got to accept the fact that we don't see much of the ball in it. So when we've got to utilize it well and hit them on the counter because obviously they play that high line, whatever. With the pace that we have on the wings in the terms of Gordon and Elanga or Murphy, I think we can hit them, but we've got to be clinical as well. You know what I mean? And that's the key. And with that attack, that like you said, with Barca's attack, they will create chances. So not only has the defense got to be solid, but Nick Pope's got to have won a worldie, bruv. Because
would you start him over Ramsdale?
Because
time, yeah.
Yeah, because the way Pope hasn't been playing badly, and to throw Ramsdale in straight away, Yes, he got Champions League appearance. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think Thursday is the right time. I don't think it's the right time. But
I think if you look at it from this angle as well, if you have 3 clean sheets in 4 games, what justification do you have of dropping a goalkeeper who's only conceded 3 goals against Liverpool? However, away from that, he hasn't conceded any goals. So yeah, the time will come for Ramsdale. I think the time will come for Ramsdale will be against Bradford.
Yeah.
And then obviously moving forward, I think the reason why Aaron Ramsdale was signed was to push Nick Pope. And that's exactly what's happened because there's been 3 clean sheets out of 4. So has it worked so far? Yeah. And then obviously, they're both in the England setup. We've got the Euros coming up. And, at the end of the day, both players will want to be in that England team. So they're going to have to really push each other in training and in matches as well.
Jenny Yester said, Barca play with extremely high line and try to set offside trap. Will create massive chances with the pace we've got up front if they can avoid the offside trap. And mighty win. Will Murphy defo be dropped for Elanga? I was going to ask about that. Irish Assassin said, Pope played well at the weekend, saved our arse a little. Yes, he did.
Especially in the first minute.
Yeah.
I just sat down. I got to the stage. I got into the seat at 2:59. The Premiership music had played and all sorts. Next, I'm sat down with my son. Next thing we're Nick Pope saving shots from their defender, and also Hwang as well. I was thinking, hang on a minute, what am I watching here?
They were on it.
They were on us. They were absolutely on us.
The Thursday itself, right? Do you see any changes in the lineup compared to how we lined up against Wolves?
Yes.
Who do you think? Do you think Gordon comes straight back in?
Well, Gordon, if we've got anything about us, Gordon comes straight back in. Sorry, Harvey Barnes, as much as I do like you. And also Elanga comes in for Murphy because, as you've said, Barca do play with an extremely high line. And the best way of exploiting that is with quick players. I believe their left back is injured as well. So whoever's playing at left back is going to get absolutely peppered by Anthony Elanga. I think that's the time for him to start to shine, so to speak, because, he played twice internationally and obviously was on the bench for us against Wolves. I think he definitely starts on Thursday.
Okay. Cav, do you reckon Elanga comes straight in?
I'm not sure, man, because Murphy. I do like Murphy, man. I do like, and I think he had a good game as well. But Elanga's the pace, like you said, because Barca played the high line, you're gonna want that pace in behind, man. And I think Elanga's probably best fit for that game, to be fair.
Okay. Kim Cam says Wolves game was a dress rehearsal for Barca. So Kim Cam, do you reckon we're going to go with the same lineup, or do you think Gordon comes straight back in? Ginny Esther says Alex Bolde is injured and his backup is Martin, who's very tall and a stiff left back. Well, we had that in Dan Burn a few seasons ago.
Gerard Martin, he's not bad, He played well today. He looked all right today, man.
Yeah.
Who would you say's got the who's better crossing the ball, Elanga or Murphy?
Murphy.
Elanga.
So
Elanga.
You think Elanga?
You think Elanga?
The reason why I say it is last season there was a few games, a fair few games where, don't get me wrong, in regards to, again, what you see on the highlights and even on the extended highlights, some of Murphy's crosses were absolutely A1, but then there was some times where he skied it into row N. And you're like, hang on a minute, this is the same player that done X, Y, and Z to set up He Shall Not Be Named. And you're thinking to yourself, this is very inconsistent. As well as that, I think for Forest, Elanga took the corners. So, there's that added dimension in regards to set pieces as well. And I know that's against the grain because I like Jacob Murphy and I like him a lot. And he had a heck of a lot of assists last season. But he was quite inconsistent in regards to his crossing. But that's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think Elanga's final ball is poor compared to Murphy. Personally, I think Murphy's final ball is a lot better than Elanga. Elanga's final ball, because how quick he runs, he's sort of like he misjudges where he is on the pitch.
So who do you think gets more GA this season, Alanga or Murphy?
Me personally, Murphy, especially if Watermaid's played up front.
Yeah.
You saw the delivery on Saturday. I don't see Alanga doing that.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at him at Forest, where his assists came from. None of his assists came really from crosses. They came from like balls along the deck for Chris Wood to tap in. I don't think Wood scored a lot of headers last year.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, so I don't think his crossing ability is that good, Alanga. For me, that's just me personally.
No,
Yeah, Murphy's right peg is dangerous, man. The way he whips it, he just whips. It's
Okay.
dangerous, man.
Okay, so in terms of the Barcelona game, 2 questions, yeah? Does Big Nick, does he score? And what do you think the final score is going to be? I'll start with you, Cav.
Does Nick score? Yeah, I think from a set piece, definitely he's. Yeah, I reckon you could score. But I think overall, I don't know, because Newcastle do have that thing at home, man. They tend to turn it up when the cameras are on them, especially if the midfield trio turn up. It could be a problem for Pedri and Casado in that midfield.
That sounds mad, boy. Okay.
But boy, overall, I think they'll just win it. I think it will be, I reckon, a 2-1, a close 2-1.
Yeah,
only because of their firepower, man. Lewandowski, Rafinha, Ferman Lopez, Ferran Torres, Rashford, obviously, and I think you'll see Lamine Yamal. I think you'll see him feature at some point.
Yeah,
I got a feeling. Yeah, I got a feeling. You see him. He might not start, but I think he'll feature, man. Painkillers or something.
We said him up against Tino, yeah?
Yeah.
Tino have him in his back pocket. We'll see. Scats, what do you reckon?
I think it's going to be a classic game, man. I can see Barca winning like 3-2.
Oh, brother.
I can see end-to-end game, man. You can just tell it's just going to be one of them games, man. Both teams want to attack. That high line of Barcelona, you running in behind, getting goals. Yeah, I think it's going to be a classic game, man. I see 3-2 Barca.
Okay. Justin?
It all depends for me on how Eddie Howe sets up. If he sets up how we set up against Leeds and try and stifle Barcelona, I think Barcelona will break us down. If we go toe-to-toe with Barcelona, it could be literally any score. Obviously, what Scant said in regards to 3-2, that could be either way. That could be Newcastle United 3, Barcelona 2, or vice versa. When we'll know is 1 hour before kickoff, when we see that team sheet and think, hang on a minute, what formation is this? Because there's been a few train rides where people have rised up and said, I think one of them was Brighton away, where people were confused as to what formation we were playing. So at the end of the day, for me personally, it depends how we set out. And also it depends if we get the first goal.
Okay. Speaking of Brighton away, that's the game that me and you went to, innit?
Correct, sir.
And that journey back home, listen, I'm not going to that stadium again. Yeah? Never again. That was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
I'll be sure not to invite you.
Any other game is cool, but not that one, please.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you know what? I was going to say, sorry, if you lot played them the way Inter played them in the Champions League last season, the 4-3 to Inter, they kind of played with the handbrake off and just had kind of fun with it, and it was a goal fest, like Scant said. I think you lot could win it, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I see Ginny has said he's going for 3-3. I said, did I fly? Listen, no, Brighton's not too far from me, man. Don't worry about it. But it would be quicker to fly, I tell you that much. The way
that was awful.
Yeah. Kelvin, we're going toe-to-toe with him. Run me that PSG. Listen, I'll take it all day. 4-1, take it all day. But it's I don't know, man. I think we're gonna win. I think 2-1. I think it's gonna be 2-1. I think it's gonna be an exciting game, but I think we can get at them. And I think defensively they're not the greatest, yeah. And at home, I think we'll create chances. Like I said, we need to be clinical, but I think we'll get the job done. Get the job done, man. Get the job done. Kim Cam says we can lose to big teams, but we can F them up as well. Arsenal and Liverpool learned that last year. Interesting. Kelvin, 3-2 S3 hat trick.
He's hopped back in the DeLorean, hasn't he? And got back in time.
Listen, that was a glorious. I still remember where I was to that day, man. That glorious night. 3-2.
I was young that day.
Yeah, man.
Young.
Same way. Mighty win. Big Dan Burn for his big game magic. Okay. Irish Disaster, remember PSG Mbappe's face was priceless. He didn't know what hit him, bro.
Mate,
you could tell he came there with this arrogant tip in it.
Barca and PSG are two different animals, man. Like that was that PSG team they weren't. You can't really call them a team, can you?
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
You get what I mean? So I can hear when people are saying that, but totally different. Two totally different teams.
Who's Liverpool got? Is it Real Madrid?
Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prediction for that one?
I think it'll be a tough game. I won't be surprised to just win 1-0. Simone coming and just parking the bus.
Okay. Cav, who Arsenal
got? We go to Spain, Atletico Bilbao.
Confident?
Yeah, we beat them 3-0 in pre-season a few weeks ago. Nico Williams, he's out injured at the minute. I don't know if he's going to make it for Tuesday, but Nico Williams is out. Their best player, innit?
Okay.
So I think we can go there and win.
Okay. Big up Phil. He said PSG played 4-4 against us and found out Barca don't have the passengers like PSG did. Unfortunately, that's true. And Hansi Flick, he's going to be tactically astute, man. He's not going to come with that foolish formation.
That's what I'm saying. He's totally different game, man.
Stephen, he says our future England left back and right back have to start. Drop Trippier and Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon has to start. Just a quick one though, because I was talking on another pod about the fullback position. Scans, Kirkes or Lewis Hall?
On current form, you've got to say Hall.
Yeah.
You can look at Kirkes last season. It's Kirkes all day, isn't it?
Okay. What about Tino? Kirkes or Tino?
Tino's a right back, though.
Yeah, but he's been playing left back. For the last few months. He's been playing left back.
Yeah, but again, current form. You're going on form. I'm not going by what they've done in the past. I'm going on form. So on current form, you got to say Tino.
Okay.
Because like I said, a lot of fans forget people's form.
Yeah.
Form happens, isn't it? You get what I mean. So if you're looking on form, you take the current person who's playing well. You can't be biased and say, because it's your player, he starts. Kirkes ain't playing well. He played well against Arsenal.
Yeah, but who ain't been playing though, has he?
He hasn't even been injured, because that's why Tino been playing left back. But before, when Paul, who was playing, he was arguably one of the best left backs in the Premier League. But
if you're
so then it'd be Kirkes then on form.
That's what I'm saying. If it's on form,
Kirkes has been awful.
You're saying right. Cav's right. If Hall's injured, if you're going on last season's form, it's Kirkes, because Kirkes was in the team of the year.
That's because Hall got injured. That's because Hall got injured, isn't it? Because up until that time, Hall was probably... Remember, he had that left back spot for England before my man Skelly, in it, because it's only because he got injured that Skelly got into that team. So Hall was playing top tier ball, bro. He was playing top tier ball.
So was Kirkes last season.
He was. I give you that.
You get what I mean.
But just to get through some of these last couple before we go. Kim Cam said, Barca will not fancy playing in the cold in the northeast. They will freeze. The Toon will be on fire. This is for you, Cav. Bilbao at San Mamas is no joke. Best atmosphere in the Liga all day. He'd say.
Nah, they lost at home the other day to Alves 1-0 on the weekend, man. They were poor. I watched the highlights, man.
Okay.
And Man United took them apart as well.
Man United called them a new one, yeah.
When Man United can do that to them, they're not serious, bro.
Called them a new one. Do you know what I mean?
Adrian said, think we need to play 3 centre-backs like we did against Arsenal in the semis. Pick up Adrian. Interesting. You know what? He might do that, you know? He might do. Irish Assassin says, Hall all day. Kirkes looks terrible since joining Liverpool. Interesting. The mighty win. PSG had 7 of their Champions League winning team and Mbappe twice. Yeah, I mean, they didn't even beat us, did they? Because they robbed us, innit? They robbed us. Well, the ref robbed us with that penalty decision, innit?
We got Ginnels. That's what happened. Well and truly.
I love the way they're speaking big now, because ain't they in your group in the Champions League this year? You got them away, ain't they?
Yeah, but by that time we've secured qualification. Don't worry about
So
that.
we'll see what the talk is with the Newcastle fans and you play them this season.
You got a thing group Marseille as well. You got Marseille away or home?
They got Marseille
away.
The thing is, a lot of people in the queue were talking about PSG away, and they were talking about if they were going or not. And the guy that I was stood behind, or no, in front of, he said, "No, I'm not going because I'm scared of getting stabbed." I was like, "Rah, okay, maybe I'll consider our second choice that one if that makes sense."
I ain't touching France, bro.
Don't go there,
France,
man. Do not go to that game, man.
Nah.
them ultras ain't no joke, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Remember that they got disrespected when they come here the last time PSG?
Yeah, man.
Nah, bro.
They'll be about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just do that. But listen, we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna say thank you all for joining. Before we go, Cav Scant's got the Red Pitch podcast. You want to promote that quickly?
Yeah, man. Big up. Come and hit us up. Subscribe. Red Pitch podcast. Me and Scants do videos every week. Do some shorts, previews, reviews. Start doing some live panels again. Now that the season started, can do some more live panels. So yeah, man.
No, man. Appreciate you all for coming on. Scant, anything you want to add to that, or you cool with that?
Yeah, same as exactly what Cav said, man. We're going to try and get more shows up and running this week. Obviously, it's been a slow couple of weeks because of the international break, but Premier League's back, Champions League back. So yeah, we'll have a few videos up this week and come and join us.
Okay, Justin, yourself, anything you want to?
Nothing at all. I just want to say thank you, obviously, for listening to me, and thank you for inviting me over. Do you know what I mean?
No, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
And we got to say another happy birthday to Jefferson. His big birthday celebrating. He will be back, like he said. He's going to try come in for the Barcelona one, which we're going to do on Thursday after the game, and then we're going to do the Bournemouth again on Sunday. But yeah, listen, keep the lights coming. Subscribe to tell your friend to tell a friend. We want to get over the 400 mark. I'm not sure if we got there just yet, but appreciate you all in the comments and that. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace, man. Big up.
Big up.